Hi, I'm Matt from Tubby Tarot. Welcome to another. That. Hi, I'm Matt from Tubby Tarot. Welcome to another book chat. Today, what I want to do is I want to tell you about my favorite book series. Okay. Now, we all have our favorite book series, and we are some of us Harry Potter fans, and we are some of us sort of Dorothy L. Sayers fans, and some of us love Wilbur Smith. We have all Wilbur Smiths, and some of us love Danielle Steele. I've read a couple of Danielle Steele, and they're pretty good. Okay. My favorite book series is probably a very, very common one, okay, because my favorite book series is Agatha Christie's Poirot books. And yes, I know this has been done to death, and everybody's like, oh my God, Poirot, yeah. I just find her Poirot books absolutely fascinating, and I can read them and reread them, and at the moment I'm actually doing a whole, it's a little bit of a challenge for me this year to read like all the Agatha Christie books again. I've probably read them like 4 or 5 times, but I'm going to show you the 3 most well known of her books. Okay, the first one is Death on the Nile, and unfortunately they're going to be remaking. Well, I think they've just remade this. Today is the 16th of February 2021, so I think they've already remade this into a movie, which is very, very sad, because the original film of this book is fantastic, and this is a really cool book. I love Agatha Christie's Poirot books that are set like in Egypt or in Armenia or wherever, like when she was on the sort of archaeological digs, and this is one of them. Okay, it's an excellent book. The other one that you should all know, and it was also turned into a really, really terrible remake film, is Murder on the Orient Express. This is very famous, and everybody who thinks of Agatha Christie immediately thinks of this book. Okay, this particular film, you can see the covers from the film, was absolutely shocking and horrible. There is an original film, okay, from the 1970s, that I think it's the 1970s, that you really should watch. But this is also one of my favorite books because she's so clever. She puts Poirot in this, she locks him down in this train, and it's how he kind of gets everybody together, and his mind works so cleverly. He sees things that you as the reader don't see. Okay, even when you reread the books, you get so much more out of it. And Agatha Christie has written this character so well. He is, strange enough, in the books he's not really described that in great detail, but you just immediately see him in your mind. Okay, this fat little guy with an egg-shaped head and this great big moustache. Okay, and of course David Suchet, and part of when he sort of took over about 25 years ago, they did this whole series of Poirot things on TV, and in my mind, every time I read a book and I see Poirot as David Suchet, or should I say I see David Suchet as Poirot. And that I think is also really good, because in my mind I have a Poirot. I have this Poirot, and he's exactly what I imagine Agatha Christie would think he was. And it's just, he's such a clever, funny little detective. Most of the time when you're reading these books, you forget that this is a character. He becomes a human being. He actually is a person. Okay. And Agatha Christie never liked her character. She never liked Poirot. She only wanted to do 1 or 2 books with him, and ended up writing a whole flippin' series of his books because of the demand from the public. But he's such a fantastic character that he is almost not a character, especially when you read the books. You're reading with this little man, you're reading about him, and it's almost like he's your friend. He's your confidant. He allows you to come into the mystery with him. And of course, I'm just quickly going to mention, because this video is running a bit late, just I have to mention The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. This is probably her most famous book. I personally don't like it that much. Of course not, Matthew, because it's her most famous book. This is probably her most famous book. And if you read it, or when you read it, you'll see why. Okay. And it was the very first time, it was kind of like the first time this plot device had been used in a kind of cozy mystery kind of way. So my favorite, Hercule Poirot. What is your favorite series? You're not allowed to say Harry Potter. Okay, I'm done with Harry Potter. Okay, all right. But what is your favorite book series? Leave a comment below. Let me know. Let's argue about it. Let's have a great time telling each other that that's shit and this is great and mine's better than yours, okay, in a controlled way. I'm Matt from Tubby Terror, and I will see you guys next Thursday for some more book chat. Bye.